Good evening, good afternoon, good day, depending on where you are in the world. Happy Thursday. We're this much closer to the weekend. And huzzah for that. So, welcome back to North Las Vegas, where we left off last Thursday on our Chase the Cup series as we flew over Las Vegas Motor Speedway prior to the NASCAR Cup Series making their visit over this past weekend. Today we're close enough to the next NASCAR stop that we're picking up at North Las Vegas. We're flying down to Kingman. Then we'll make our way to Blythe, and from Blythe we'll make our way to Phoenix, Arizona, because this weekend the NASCAR Cup Series is in Phoenix. So we're looking to see some spectacular scenery as we continue our way south in the west, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's head to the chat as Catbat9 is here. Good to see you, my friend. I like the idea of that, although I still like calling y'all the Fireflies. But I suppose if I had to establish a name for my channel, it would be Airman, but we'll see how it goes. Floyd is in the chat. Good to see you. Hope you're well. It is Thursday. Thank Fork, it's Thursday. 99 Owl is here. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Fly Guy, hey to you. Chilled Corky is in. Good evening. 6 Knots is here. Good to see you. Kingsman 9965 is here. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Fast P84 is here. Good to see you. Wayland Utane, good evening to you. Jay Winokur is in the house. Greetings, sir. And congratulations to Jay Winokur on achieving affiliate status last night, with lots of help going out coming from the Fireflies, and some other community had fantastic stream last night in IL2 Sternvik, and so congratulate Mr. Winokur on his new affiliate status on Twitch. Ben McClure is here. Good evening to you. Hope you're well. Nadia likes Airman. I like that too. Rad Pilot Randy is here. Happy Thursday to you as well. Aha, Capac9 caved and got the Spitfire. Nice. You're gonna love it. Steve Solo is here. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Goblin is in. Good evening to you from Michigan, all the way to France. The community is great, Mr. Winokur, and I'm glad that we could help you achieve the affiliate status. We look forward to your streams this weekend. Jay Winokur is working on some community flying ability in IL2, if you have IL2 and are so inclined. Nighty Night Owl flew a Vulcan today. I saw that in the Discord. It's nice to see some freeware stuff coming out for MSFS. I mean, we've had some FSX conversions, but they've kind of been in their conversion, their stopgap in a lot of ways until the process really gets refined and being able to make free add-ons for Flight Sim. There's a helicopter now that is kind of getting better, but until helicopters are officially supported, they're doing the best they can, and I'm hearing reasonable things about it. Shuffle Shoes John is here. I'm doing well. Hope you're well. We're here in North Las Vegas, continuing our Chase the Cup series. Now, I hate to be disappointed right off front, but we won't be flying in downtown. My machine has not really had a good history with flying in downtown Las Vegas. Plus, I don't have the fancy schmancy add-ons for it, but we will be seeing the Hoover Dam. So that's neat. So you're probably sitting here wondering, well, gosh, Colonel, what in the world are we flying today? Well, originally I was going to fly the Coronado Piper Arrow, but currently Tony Hawk made some tweaks to it, and it likes to do the front flip for style. which is sad, but I mean, they released it right before a big sim update. Can't really blame them too much. It is what it is. So we're going to be flying today the recently updated Piaggio P.149, which is an aircraft that I've loved since it was released. It's a nice vintage airplane. I'm of course flying in Luftwaffe colors because, well, you know, it just looks good. It works with the retro classic vintage vibe. And still early stages, but you get it, if only for the sound, not quite typical. Nice. USCG Azimuth is in the house. Good to see you, shipmate. Congrats on 200 subs there, Azimuth. Your channel is phenomenal and deserves so much more, but it's great to see the growth come to you. Achtung. So, might be having a collab with USCG Azimuth here coming again soon. Hopefully working in collaboration with one of his videos, which will be fun. We'll have him on, and it'll be easier to hear him this time because of my new mixer. So that'll be able to coordinate very. 99 out is in a creaky. Cree. Azimuth got his first vaccine shot today. Very nice. Yeah, I haven't picked up the the cricket. I'm just gonna call it the cricket because words mouth. But it looks like a phenomenal little airplane. Like, it looks like it's just an absolute laugh. You know, either having the twin prop engines or the twin jet engines on it. It just looks like an absolute hoot. So, as far as time and weather, we are running the Unreal Weather, METARs. So, get fun for changing and interesting weather as we fly. And it's set to just after 7 in the morning. It is a hoot, says 99 out. Nice. So, let's get in the old words. Ye old cockpit. So, we're going to... And it's recently been updated, so I'm hoping that the cloaking device has been disabled. Because nobody likes a cloaking device when you're trying to fly multiplayer. So... Master switch, beacon. We'll turn the nav lights on. We're going to open the cowl flaps. Open the fuel. Mags to both. We'll get to the proper throttleage controls. Props to full, mixtures to full. We're going to select both tanks. So we should be good to go. Parking brake is set. Clear prop. Let's try to be able to hear the engine sounds. Why not? Allison Johnson's in the house. Good to see you, Allie. Hope you're well. So for those following along with Allison's Amelia Earhart flights, instead of Saturday this week, her flight will be on Sunday. So minor schedule change because there's a big announcement. Well, tomorrow we can join Two-Tone Murphy, the Flying Fabio, and a couple other upstanding community members on the MSFS official Twitch to go over the big plans for Saturday, which are a 4 community collaboration stream mashup of things and awesomeness that's going to be absolutely epic, and it's geared around the Spitfire. So it's going to be a blast. So be on the lookout for that. Stay tuned. So we've got the engine warming up. Great, work's been crazy, so watching tonight is a no worries, Allison. Just glad to have you along as we've got Spitz and Ermachis flying around the skies. So the Just Flight Piper Arrow was released yesterday, and it looks fantastic. I've not picked it up, so if you are flying the Just Flight Piper Arrow and you see it come up as generic, that's why. I don't have it. Seamus McNeil is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. So we're going to release the parking brake. That was a new sound. Add some throttle in. Allison has a Just Flight Piper, but not flown it yet. Gotcha. So we're going to make our way out to, I believe it's runway 14. It's one of the diagonal runways. Ben McClure is in. Good to see you. We got a Spit with us too. That could be dangerous flying this in these colors. But you love it when you find weird things, artifacts in your mouth. So we're just slowly making our way out to hello. Oh, don't flip her. Make sure all our avionics are working before we take off. So we'll take taxiway Delta to the right. As we see a bird dog in distress over yonder on the ramp. So the cowl flaps should be out. They are. So we're going to continue to make our way. That we got a Mooney, we got a Spitfire, and a 182. I'm going to say that that's probably a couple of arrows. Maybe a Cree is one of them. Dave Cobain is in the house. Things are pretty good. Hope you're well. We're about to get started on our little adventure heading down from Phoenix to... we're heading to Phoenix from Las Vegas. Right words, just wrong order. Don't forget to hydrate, folks. HCBR 1100 just subscribed. Many thanks, dude. As a gift from, Allison Johnson with gifting 5 Tier 1 subs to the channel, to the community. to HCBR 1100 Big Ear 60, Steve Solo, UK, Mr. 90, and Infidel Fireman. Well, many thanks, Allison, and welcome to the new subs. Many thanks. I'm continuously humbled by the generosity and sense of community that you all bestow upon me, so many thanks. You have my deepest gratitudes, and well thanks. I'm just glad to be here. I need to make that a shirt. You know, Murph has the quote shirt, which I happen to be wearing. I need to make one that just says, I'm just happy to be here. Well, I appreciate that, Allison. I do my best. I'm just... It's been a wild ride these last 7 months finding Murphy and watching the community grow. It's been amazing, and I'm incredibly thankful to be a part of it. Oh, wow. We're getting off to a strong start today. Just wish it wasn't taking so long to get to the runway, but you don't want to taxi fast. In any airplane, a proper taxi shouldn't be more than a brisk walk or jog, because you want to maintain the aircraft's stability on the ground. It's especially important in things like the Spitfire, where you really have a strong tendency to, lean. So we're going to make a right turn here. We're going to make a stop at the hold short line, so we're actually going to hold short. So there's the hold short line. We're going to come back here. Come on. I'm going to close the canopy, lock in place, reset our view, and we're cleared for takeoff as we adjust our trim, add a little bit of throttle. No acrobatic maneuvers, including spins approved. That's on the Aero 3. Nice. So we're going to line up, make sure everything's hunky-dory. One notch of flaps in. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. It's a great start. Start lifting up the nose, and there we go. Positive rate. Tap on the toe brakes. Gear coming up. And we make our left turn. Flaps coming up. That's a typo. Should be no acrobatic maneuver. I see what you did there, Floyd. No chandelles in the Aero. The community band could be called aerobatic maneuvers in the sky. Nice. So we'll give the field another pass. So we got the Thunderflies with us. What are they flying? Looks like they're flying the MB339. Looks amazing. What server are you on? Sorry, first Colonel Flyer. We are on the East USA server. I really should set that up as a thing, shouldn't I? A command. We are on the East USA. Piaggio still seems to be cloaked. Well, that's a bummer. They just updated it too. So no autopilot in this bad boy. Nice. There go the Thunderflies. See many familiar names, but not you, Kuro. Give it time. I like to I'm not flying this leg, but I'll try to join up later if work permits. Roger that. We're just glad to have you in the chat. So we're going to start adjusting our engine speed for cruise. DJ's here. We Germans don't need an autopilot. Absolutely. I just wish it didn't have a cloaking device. So we're not exactly taking direct routes, kind of curves and whatnot. I do love the Piaggio Focke-Wulf P.149D. It's a pleasure to fly. In fact, we can close the cowl flaps. Trim out to not climb anymore. I call snap on t-shirt wear today. Are you wearing the same shirt too? The Murphy quote shirt? Well, one of us is going to have to change, and I'm not taking my shirt off on stream. So we're flying over. Hello. There goes the Thunderflies. So we need to adjust the rudder trim. We'll do it 4%. Nice, Allison. So there's Nellis Air Force Base. And shortly over that way, just above the aircraft, is Las Vegas Motor Speedway, which we flew over last week. Come the Thunderflies again. Nice. Such a beautiful airplane. Flies very nicely as well. I don't know. I don't have the name tags on, so I couldn't say for sure. Look at that. That's awesome. Roger RC is in the house. Good to see you. I do love it too, Goblin. Dragon 40th. This is the AT Simulations Piaggio P149, also known as the Focke-Wulf P149. It was originally designed by Piaggio in the late 40s. Didn't really take off in the Italian civil aviation market. Was Germany bought the rights to build it under the Focke-Wulf name, and was produced in Germany and used as a German aircraft trainer for some time. But it flies absolutely beautifully. Similar in speed to things such as the Bonanza or the Mooney, the PA-44. It's a little faster than the PA-28. It's very similar to the North American Aviation Navion of a similar vintage. It's actually pretty close in design. And we're flying here. We just left Las Vegas, and we are on our way to Phoenix, Arizona. As the weather starts clearing, I need a little bit more rudder trim. She most definitely wants to track left. Where can I find the PH? It's AT Simulations, yes. Biggles is in. Good evening from rainy and cold Dublin. Well, hello from partly cloudy, somewhat warm-ish Michigan. Okay, we seem to have already done it, but that's good, because that means that we can go back the other way. That's right, Kingsman. I had you in mind when I saw the airport, and I'm like, you know what? We need to stop there. And on our way, we're about to fly over the Hoover Dam. Absolutely, Dragon. Most recently, the Just Flight PA-28 Aero 3. We have this past Monday, we had the India Fox Echo T-45C. Friday, we had the Coronado PA-28 Aero 3, which is currently broken after the SIM update. We also had the Flying Iron Spitfire LF Mark 9C, which is just an absolute beaut to fly. It's a challenge, but it's actually quite a wonderful experience. I'm going to go ahead and hide me, because you don't need to see me. We know of a P-40 that's in development. We know of a Corsair that's in development. We know of a DC-3 that's in development. We know of a Spitfire Mark 1A that's in development. We know Just Flight's working on a T1 Hawk. We know that they're also working on a Turbo Arrow from Just Flight. There's an F-14 in development. There's a lot of stuff coming along here, and it's phenomenal. Oh, absolutely. It's very exciting. Honestly, I didn't even know about the P40 until last night during Jay Winokur's stream. He's a big fan of the P40, and I just happened to stumble upon it by Big Radials, which there's a little bit of irony there. Big Radials, and their first airplane is going to be a inline or a V12, so that's just kind of funny. Couple of spits escorting a German airplane. They used to be called Wookiee's Hangar, and they changed their name recently to Big Radials. It looks good. It's the P-40B Tomahawk. Oh dear. And the weather is changing once more. Look at that, though. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It entered... They had a post saying that the P-40 entered beta in early mid-February. So, that's been about a month. We'll see how it... No. I haven't seen any news outside, newer than it entering beta in early to mid-February. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and our thoughts positive. They've posted some screenshots on their Facebook page. I'll have to put it on the Discord for all to see. Yep, nope, it's not out yet. Milviz's Corsair should be out relatively soon, they said, a week ago. Or a bit over a week ago by now. As we fly past the Hoover Dam. Isn't that something? Well, just think of it this way. It's a business expense. I mean, granted, I don't know how the tax system works over in the UK, but over here, so long as you're getting it for your business, you can write it off as a business expense. Very nice, Goblin. So even with the cloud cover that we have, the mountains are still beautiful. And it's always a blast flying with the Fireflies. So one of the reasons why I've started trying to use real weather is just like, it's nice to have some weather variety now and again. I know it's great to have the predictability of a certain type of weather, but in that same token, it's a nice challenge to have the unpredictability of the real weather. All these vintage warbirds is making me want, absolutely. I've been enjoying the absolute snot out of the Flying Iron Spitfire as Dragon 40th is now following over on Twitch. Many thanks, my dude. There goes the Thunderflies, the demonstration team, in-house demonstration team of Two-Tone Murphy and community. Some may not know, but I'm a chartered. Aha! Fair enough, Allison. If only I could bug you about doing that in the U.S. Moly holy, look at the state of that scenery. It makes me tempted to invest in a flight sim. It's absolutely encouraged and promoted, and I would definitely suggest doing just that. I've been working on Mr. Winokur to get flight sim, and he's getting close. I think he's certainly seen the possibilities, and with the P-40 incoming, his favorite warbird, I'm pretty sure that he's even closer to getting flight sim. I used to do U.S. tax returns. Yeah, tell me about it. It's not fun. The U.S. tax system is not enjoyable on any level, at least for citizens. Well, just think of it this way, Mr. Winokur. You can you learn and you get better. Getting you some proper controls will help out with that, I guarantee it. But it's all time and practice. You keep getting better until you binned the P-40 last night. It's worse when you have a state income tax. Yeah, I can imagine. There are state income tax here in Michigan as well, so I know the pitch there. Is here you conduct it if it's wholly and exclusively used for business purposes. Well, as long as you... Ooh, that's a trick. That's a trick clause, too. Because if you use it for any kind of extracurricular, like flight simming, you use it for both the streaming and on your... Although you can write that off almost as testing, there's loopholes for just about anything. It's about loopholes and phraseology. I've always said that if you give me enough time, I can find a loophole for just about anything. And semantics are huge. Always about the wording. It's about bending the rules as far as... Exactly. Although in the spirit of racing, it's not cheating until you get caught. So we're making our way following the magenta line. It's not a straight one. I deducted my real life FAA Part 107 license and training. Got my license in 2016. Nice. It's about loopholes and phraseology. That's a good idea. I'll write that down somewhere. That's definitely shirt material. Just flight Piper is a little slower than expected. Rental power is maxing out 133 knots ground speed. Ooh. Well, that's not very good. I know the Coronado one's a little faster than that. I think I was going about 130, 133 cruise on cruise power. Interesting. Yeah, Brick, it's unfortunate, but Coronado are aware of it, and I'm sure we can expect a patch here soon. That's why where did I get the spit? It was flyingironsimulations.com. It's about $27 US. Between $27 and $28. It's $27 and change. Yeah, Allison, I have heard about it, and I finally tried it out last night just to see what all the hubbub was about. And it's definitely the Tony Hawk edition, as USCG Azimuth is gifting a Tier 1 sub to Seamus McNeil. Well, many thanks, Azimuth, and welcome to the subscribers list there, Seamus. If the Just Flight Piper is not very fast, it could go fast at speed limit. Yeah, it should cruise quite a bit more. It should cruise at about 133 on cruise power. It should go faster than that if you push it to rental power. I hope they also fix the working tires Garmin's mod. The Garmin's are being updated. I know they did an update to the GX, the G3000, and the CJ4 within the last night or two. The G1000 seems to work fine now if you have the latest versions of all of them. As it's going for a hike, well, you take care, shipmate, and we will see you afterwards or next time. Yeah, they're all kind of partial fixes, but especially now that Working Title is officially working directly with Microsoft to improve the Garmin systems, I would imagine things are going to be even better. Yes. The GNS 530 mod has been updated for the new sim. There's the spit. Yeah, there's... I'm sure they're working on it as best as they can. Mr. Winokur says, take a little hike. Not much fun in Stalingrad, no. Oh, Monty Python. You can't make that stuff today. See, anytime something flies by like that, you gotta make the sound effect. It's just a beautiful aircraft. I just wish the cloaking device had been fixed. I've signed up for the next MSFS endurance race. Well then. Sounds like a blast, Allison. That's right before my birthday. Speaking of April, looks like the France Benelux update, world update. Look at them. Go. Mind the terrain, boys. The France and Benelux update slated for April, and from the looks of it, after the France Benelux update, the world updates and sim updates will happen at the same time, at the very least for World Update 5 and Sim Update 4. They are indeed other players, Blazing Monk. and they are very impressive. So we're gonna actually get in here and France will be fantastic. I saw the huge Normandy bridge in. Ooh, nice. I know that Normandy in and of itself needs a significant upgrade for a lot of reasons, specifically the beach areas. But it'll be exciting to see the whole update as it, you know, as a whole. The American Southwest is just a beautiful place. You wouldn't want to get caught out here alone, but it's so beautiful. BTO 5509 says hi. Well, hello. Hope you're well. Oh yeah, got one. I mean, when it's a nice partly cloudy day, it's even better, but even with the cloud cover we have here, it is very nice. I'm good. Tell me about this bird, man. It is not through the marketplace. Actually, this might be available in the marketplace. This is a Piaggio or Focke-Wulf P.149 from AT Simulations. Is a fantastic little airplane. Kind of a vintage. It's a vintage airplane, but its performance specs are similar to that of a Bonanza, or the Mooney, or PA-28, or the PA-44. And it's an absolute dream to fly. It might be in the... I want to say it's in the instant marketplace by now. I don't rightly recall, if I'm honest. It was not expensive. It wasn't more than $30 US. But I don't recall specifically offhand. Oop, the winds are changing. There goes the Thunderflies. Focke-Wulf P.149D from Microsoft Flight Simulator from AT Simulations. It's $24.89 on their website. So, inexpensive. Oh yeah, we're getting buffeted. There's lots of wind. That's a heck of a conversion rate. No, I personally wouldn't touch that with a 30-foot pole at this stage in the game. I saw it in the Sim Market store, and there's a reason why I haven't said anything about it. Brazilian currency. Gotcha. It might show up differently in the in-sim marketplace because they should convert it to your local currency. So it's possible it might be a little different, but I couldn't tell you for honest sure. Floyd says the India Fox Echo's new jet looks pretty neat. Yeah, the T45C is phenomenal. I put it on par with the MB339, if not a little better. They will be updating the MB339 to match some of the features from the T45, which is going to be awesome. Draco's in the house. Good evening. Hope you're well. Happy Thursday. We're on our way to Phoenix. We're about to get to our first stop in Kingman. Kingsman says airport's in sight. We're certainly getting close. We're about 9 minutes out. And yes, the formation flying is fantastic. They keep getting better and better. I reckon we're getting a bit of a tailwind. We're indicating about 130. Ground speed is 140, give or take. Giant airbags. Well, this aircraft wasn't made for aerobatics. You could probably get away with it in the Spitfire or with the 339 as being flown around by the Thunderflies. But I don't want to spill my drink. That's right, Kingsman. Dave Cobain, that's me on your 3 first time formation. Very nice. Very well done. Although I have some feeling that you may not necessarily be in the Israeli Air Force livery, but it still looks amazing. Speaking of liveries for the Spitfire, so many have been coming out, including... Uh-oh. We got a jet down. Man down! Roll the crash trucks. It's not that far off the road. We caught it on film. Our next stop is our first stop at K Kilo India Golf Mike, which is Kingman. And we're roughly 7 minutes out. Do this now. Aha! Catback 9 is in the Israeli one. It's a fantastic scheme. Imagine a Spitfire and a Focke-Wulf flying in formation like this. Oh, absolutely. And I'm not even running at the highest settings. I run anywhere from medium to high. I have a couple of things ticked on ultra, but that's about it. Yeah, so the delivery, it's weird. I wish I were. I'm running anywhere from medium to high for the most part, with one or two things clicked to ultra. It just looks great, even on lower end systems. I'm in the Muscat, but showed me that interesting. Well, it looks good regardless. So there's that. They sure did, and they keep making it better and better. It's definitely had its growing pains, but it's definitely been improving with time. Just imagine where this sim will be in a year. So we've got a right turn coming up here soon. Actually, make that a first stop at Kingman. So we're going to get in the cockpit as the Thunderflies go by. I need to turn that on for the traumatic effect. So the airfield's going to be on our right. I'm going to reduce throttle a bit. Now we're going to be cheaters. Check the winds. Winds are 210 at 18, gusting to 24. So that means we're at heading of 150. So the winds. And BTO 5509 is now following on Twitch. Many thanks, my dude. Do appreciate that. Means an awful lot. Is that me too? It seems to have been around for a while, but I like it, and it doesn't have near the impact as Rex does. But I like it. I do believe I put it in the freeware utilities section of Murphy's Discord. I like it a lot. I first saw it on a Flying Fabio stream, so I think this might be the airfield. So, if we're going about 170... So the winds are 240, so we're going to have to... That's not the airfield. That can't be it. That's got to be the airfield over there. Let's see. So expect runway 21 for landing. So there's the airfield. Let's see, 92 fours. Oh, runway 21. So we're going to reduce power. We're going to put props to full. Mixtures are rich. We've got the runway in sight. So I think we're in the range of the gear. Put one notch of flaps out. Actually, we'll just put two out. Freaking a lot of buffeting and stuttering and stuff. It was all going so well. Here we go. Sorted life out. More notch of flaps. We have runway in sight. We're a little high on the glide slope. A little buffeting from the wind. Cowl flaps out. Look at the thunderflies go. Bombs away. This is the Piaggio or Focke-Wulf P.149 from AT Simulations. We're on the glide slope now. Make sure that our flaps are at full. This is runway 17. Well, this is what we're landing on regardless. It's still A-okay. Okay. Oh, crosswind. Mind the crosswind. 30 foot per minute. That's still not too bad. Nothing to shake a stick at. But definitely not something to write home about. Although I do believe we will take off on runway 21. Get ourselves parked up so we can watch people land. So parking brake is set. We need to hit that button. Traffic. Fly and safe. Fly and safe, please. Thank you. Zoom. Insert. There's Floyd Ricks. Is it Floyd Rixby? There's Floyd in. We'll go ahead and hide me for the landings. There's Joe Corky, John Mathers in the Mooney. I don't like that song right now. I don't want that one either. That'll work. There's Druid. Mind the little crosswind. There's a Spitfire Catbat 9. Look at them go. There go the Thunderflies. Nico Das with the follow over on Twitch. Many thanks. Hope you enjoy the content. Many thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. Happy Thursday. Is that everybody? It can't have been everybody. It's so many people. I see Biggles in the distance. Here come the Thunderflies. There's Stealth Fire down in the MB339. So Draco, head to runway 21. Well, stow that. I must have misread the meter. This is going to be the best runway. Or is it? We'll go to 1.7. We'll just use 1.7. We're just going to make it easy. Listen to my indecisiveness. I hear incoming. So, we're going to the webcam back on. We're going to get back in ye old cockpit. So, cowl flaps are open. Parking brake on. I'll have to leave soon for date night. Ooh. Well, have fun with date night. Glad you could fly a little bit with us, but yeah, date night, important. Do date night. So we're going to open this little window up. As we ramble our way to runway 17. Too slow getting the Piaggio. Gotcha. Yeah, it's weird that the Just Flight arrow is as slow as it is. That doesn't seem accurate. Because if it's only going 133 at rental power, that puts it at the speed of a 172, and that just doesn't seem right. Yeah, the arrow should easily cruise similar to that of a 182. Winnaker's back. Big Boss is gone for the day. Huzzah. I mean, double check your mixture. At around 5,000 feet, you'd want to have it, 50% lean or so, maybe a little less. Beyond that, I don't know. So we're here at runway 17, getting ready for the next series of flight. Yeah. Oh, don't run into chilled Corky. Right, so we're going to turn this way. We're going to, well, we want to close this, then we want to latch it. Not miss our turn. So we're lined up on the runway. We're going to hit the D key to double check our directional gyro. Hit the B key for altitude or altimeter setting. Two-tone Murphy is in. You're not late. You showed up exactly when you needed to, and you've been button pressing. Oh dear. So in comes the throttle. Mind the crosswind. So getting up to speed slowly. Man, we're trying to keep around the center line. There's 80. And we're up. Toe brakes. Positive rate. Gears coming up. And we didn't use any flaps. How about that? So I'm going to disappear for a second because I forgot to turn the name tags off. Whoopsie. It's a nice airport in the middle of the desert. Thank you, Barranco. Thank you, Barranco. It's probably my favorite one that they shipped it with. Kind of has that warbird feel to it. Gonna start for 3,200 RPM. So far, the Unreal Weather METAR plug-in thingamajig has not let us down, and it keeps looking fantastic as we're going to hide me. Whee! Oh, watch the ground. By the way, I want to thank you and TTM for the cool raid yesterday. It was fun to watch those types of fire planes. Yeah, man. I mean, it's don't get me wrong, it's 100% awesome to fly the Spit in flight sim. I mean, that's just not even a question. But sometimes it's fun to get into the combat flight sims and see what they're really capable of from time to time. You know, Murph did a phenomenal job flying over Salt Lake City. Ooh, mooning. Man, we're going awfully slow, and that doesn't seem right. And IL-2 is, for even a sim of its age, does rather well. And still looks pretty good, all things considered. Flaps should be up. I didn't use any on takeoff. Yeah, flaps are up. Cowl flaps need to come in, I guess. Might help. A little bit. The prop a little bit. Don't want to be that high. There we go. Well, at this point, we might just blame the altitude. It could very well be a strong headwind too. Let's see. We're on a heading of 200. METAR says, yeah, 210. So we've got an 18 knot headwind gusting to 24. It's the headwind. So I'm like, gosh, we're going kind of slow. That'll do it. 20 knot headwind. That's all about piloting. That's another shirt idea. That'll do it. This is bits and pieces. So just trying to trim it out as much as possible. Now, by no means will I hold anyone else to running the real weather, but it's definitely been something I've wanted to challenge myself with, and I figure it might as well show it on stream. I need one with an upside down spit. Yes, Allison, I would get that shirt and I would wear it with pride. Kingsman is on real weather as well. Draco, I flew 172 backwards in real life, full flaps at about 7,000 AGL. Very strong headwinds. Dad was with me. Yeah, I mean, I've heard numerous reports that in a Cessna 150 and a strong headwind, you'll fly backwards or just not go anywhere at all. So, yeah, that definitely explains our underwhelming speed as of current. Kickflip for style. Now, I have found that if you've got some sort of Photoshop similar program, if you take the right shot from an angle of a plane in Flight Sim, you can trace it out and use it as a template to, because that's my 47 Echo cleared for takeoff shirt. That's how I made that. Although I need to make that a higher res. I've seen Cessna land like a helicopter, slowly straight down, and so I believe it. I 100% believe it. So we might start speeding up here, because it's going to turn more into a crosswind than a headwind. We need to not climb anymore. Oh, hush you. Someone needs to put some WD-40 on that trim wheel. So we're basically following the rail line, because you got to figure that the rail line has to be able to get through the mountains, and any mountains we run into, we want to be able to get through. Oh yeah, I mean the 152 is just a little too heavy to be considered a light sport aircraft. Oh no. I got one. I just tried the Blériot, nice speed, 40-50 knots. The thing had no brake system. Yep. Viper Strike is coming soon. Kingsman, yes I am. Server, we are on the East USA server. Papa Joe B, good to see you, my friend. Just firing up, seen a bit. Awesome. This is strange. Steve says FS is still running, but it's not, and I didn't get an airport. Ooh. Aha! That was Viper Strike. Don't forget to hydrate. Ah, gotcha. And then it says, log says runtime over. Huh. My biggest culprit has still been the IQ software, but that doesn't affect you, so that's interesting. Yeah, I have been, which is really annoying because it makes it so I can't use my Stream Deck keys on my keyboard. So it's kind of I'm gonna have to get I was kind of planning on doing it anyway, but I'm gonna have to get a regular Stream Deck. Strange System says FS is still running. It could very well be. I've heard a lot of issues with the Steam version of Flight Sim, much more so than the Microsoft Store version. Can defo yeah. And part of me wants to stick with just getting the Stream Deck Mini, but I could definitely see how the 15-key Stream Deck would be very handy. You can just do so much. Very handy piece of hardware. The 30-odd key one, yeah. That's going to be a bit, I say a bit, that's going to be way more than I'm going to need. Oh, absolutely. If you fill out that many buttons, even if you do folders, I would be seriously shocked. Oh, I see the windshield now working in the patch. That's nice. Now I don't have to worry about icing. So that is 58AZ Airport. Look at that. Look at the way... See, this is about having some clouds, is you get a little bit of contrast. I got jinxed. Jaco, I'm blaming you. I had a sim crash. Yep, still runtime error. Well, we're gonna quit that too. See what happened. Yeah, that's about all we can do until I get back in. Here's one common thing I've noticed with once you do this, it's always been in an external view. I've had them in cockpit view. Not at all, Dragon. HOTAS setups are phenomenal and work very well for the Warbirds. Roger that, Dave. we were right near 58 Arizona, so at least I know right about where we were. Quick, go catch it, Allison. Go catch it. It's definitely a worthwhile investment. I always thought it was weird because I tried to fly the MB339 with a yoke and it just didn't feel right and it just didn't act right. It is currently partly cloudy. Some sun shining through right at the moment. But otherwise fairly pleasant, right around the mid 50s to 60 degree Fahrenheit. Dragon, I think my wallet jumped off the desk. And you guys gotta keep your things, secure. You gotta at least keep it in a drawer. Can't run away then. Maybe after payday. There you go. Yep, our winter season is slowly starting to thaw out. Which is kind of nice. Surely the price will drop now that they're becoming more popular. Well, yes and no. The big problem is supply chain. With the big old Rona going around, it's caused delays in supply chains everywhere for just about anything. And that's where the big problem is with availability. It's why graphics cards are hard to find. Some of the raw materials are hard to get just because of shipping delays and anything. Wild is in hiding, bought the P8. Well, those are good purchases there, Papa Joe. New mic, stream deck, mic boom, several aircraft. A big U-shaped desk is going to be fun with this Alpha and Bravo having permanent residence. Oh dear. I don't think we ever get out of winter. I know the feeling, dude. There are years where our winter just does not go away. So set departure. Arrival is KBLH. France province spring is early. We got to nice. Yeah, we had a day. Yesterday was about that warm for us. It's really windy here. Man, I like wind. I can deal with wind. It's been terribly windy here in Batoon too. And Dave and Murph are having a dogfight. Supposed to go flying today, but thunderstorms. Ooh, yeah, that'll put a damper on the situation. I can't use that button. And now that we're doing that, we can do this, and hopefully, haha. So I might be a bit behind y'all. The building I'm working at was creaking from the wind as I walked down the hall. That's disconcerting. Have at thee. Oh, that's wonderful. Just making sure all my everything's where it should be. Sit there and there. Dagga, 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 dagga. Press the Y key to slew to catch them. I would be cheating. Look at that. Over a lake, roger that. Yeah, just a little bit. Slew mode does have a purpose. I try to minimize my use of it though. There we go. Just as I start to comment on it, it goes away. Although it didn't remember our rudder trim settings, so there we go. Certainly didn't remember our fuel, weight and balance. Draco, cough. I never use it. Cough, cough. 99 Owl says, welcome to California. We just crossed the border. Aha. I can contradict myself if I want to, like the program. Something's broken with the attitude indicator. Let's look at that. Whoa. Well, gosh, Draco. On a 6-hour stream, I had a CTD 11 minutes off. Oof. I think I still hold that some of it has to do with some server issues. I mean, I just can't see any other reason that would explain the coincidence a lot of times. Causeway 04 is now following over on Twitch. Many thanks. Do appreciate it. If I could hazard a guess, Murph may or may not be flying in VR, which is going to make it hard for him to type. We're still descending just a little bit. Something we definitely don't want. Much prefer to just fly straight and level. Watch out for icing. Roger that. Allison has to be away shortly for a early and long day tomorrow. Well, keep your chin up, get your rest, and attack the day with gusto, Allison. Drink plenty of water before you go to sleep. Have a big glass of orange juice in the morning, maybe some coffee, and you got this. Roughly 22 minutes out. Mooney Garmin's still not working since the update on Tuesday. Papa Joe, by chance, do you use the Garmin 530 mod or the that would use the 530? Do you happen to use that mod? They did update the GNS 530 mod. I admittedly haven't used the Mooney since the update. Because I had noticed that, Tuesday, when I ran the Steam Gauge 172, the GNS 530 mods, I had it installed, got nothing but blank screens, and it even took out the autopilot and transponder, uninstalled it, got the screens back, and then I believe yesterday they updated the 530 mod, GNS 530 mod. I had a mod in the community folder, but it wasn't updated. I believe I posted the link to the latest version of the GNS 530 mod, and it should work now. I definitely know the Carinado Aero PA28 is broken. It does the Tony Hawk kickflip. I haven't tried the Seminole out yet. It's on Murph's Discord, but I can put it on mine. I need to create a section for that. Put it here for right now. Yep, the 3000 has an update, the GX has an update. They're kind of patches to get them working. The CJ4 got an update, and I've updated all three of those, and the G1000 seems to work as well. Because I hadn't seen them say anything about their updated G1000, so I installed it on just kind of a wing and a prayer. It seems to work. Oh, there's a plan for that, Dragon, so stay tuned. Not today, but for Tuesday. So look forward to that stream. Yeah, if you update the 3000, the G1000 should work as well. If there's one thing which is evident when you fly over the U.S., there's so much space. Oh yeah. Well, 17 minutes out. Now, when I first saw the town of Blythe, my first thought went to Band of Brothers. Only 5% of our landmass is settled. Yeah. We have a lot of open space. But Blythe, now I don't know if this town was named for this individual, but there's a coincidence there. Blythe was a member of the 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment. I believe he was an Easy Company, and which you would all know from Band of Brothers. And I think he had his own dedicated episode where he basically had temporary blindness a couple of times. And as Mr. Winokur could probably tell you, he ended up being something of quite the soldier's soldier after some time in the European campaign. Imagine I wanted to go off-grid and build a house in the hills. Who would ever find you? Probably no one at first, until the IRS decided that noticed that you weren't paying any kind of income tax, and then they would kind of try to find you and find a reason to make you stop. Even if they had to manufacture it. Blythe retired in 1967 as a Master Sergeant in the 82nd Airborne. So again, I don't know if it's just a coincidence that the names lined up, but it made me think of it regardless. So there's a Blythe in UK near Newcastle. So the cloud deck seems to be getting lower. Or we're just getting higher. So we're going to throttle back just a bit. Start lowering our altitude. Oh no, the clouds are definitely getting bigger. We're going to push the nose down a bit. Oh, we're hot. Well, we're trying to get below the cloud deck. Willie Connected is in the house. How are you, dude? Hope you're well. We're trying to get below the cloud deck to avoid icing. On our way to Blythe. Doing well, Willie. Hope you're doing well. I'm just enjoying seeing a little bit of sunshine come through my window. This is the Focke-Wulf P.149 from AT Simulations, available for around $25 US. And it recently got an update, although apparently the cloaking device is still activated for multiplayer, which is a bummer. But I decided that I wanted to fly it today because I haven't flown it in a while. I originally wanted to fly the Coronado PA-28, but until Tony Hawk removes his modifications, that's just not going to happen. Oh, for sure. You can see bits of sunshine poking through the clouds over in the distance. So one of the car guys I follow is restoring modding an old school Mustang. I'm disappointed he's putting his... Ugh. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? No. That's a sin. Well, you're just going to have to unfollow that guy, because, no. This area of the world is just absolutely stunning. Yes, indeed, Willie. He certainly did. He made those are fighting words. Putting a Skyline engine in a Mustang, that's fighting words to both the Skyline camp and the Mustang camp. Getting a little afternoon saxophone. Oh man. The buffeting is real. So we're less than 10 minutes away from Blythe as the skies start parting. I was going to put a quarter. Absolutely, put a, or a Fiat engine in a Corvette. Oh no, Murph is down. No way, he's still going. The new Supermarine lawnmower. No, it probably wasn't a rattlesnake. It's probably one of those I'm gonna get you, spiders. Probably has a tumbleweed or two left in the intake. Just get a load of the scenery, though. Isn't that nuts? Not to mention the Frankenstein transmission. Yeah. For good reason there, Mr. Winokur. I would be too. Back to airplanes, yes. So here we are in the lovely Focke-Wulf P.149D in Luftwaffe colors. Now, fun fact, you had to pay very close attention in aircraft spotting to see the difference between a Focke-Wulf 190 and a P-51, because they both had the squared-ish tip wings, the squared-ish type tail surfaces, and the bubble-type canopy. So you had to look very closely. And one of the more noticeable differences between, and we're talking at seeing them at a distance, between the difference between a Mustang and a 190 is you look at the nose. The nose of the regular 190 outside of the Doro. So an FW190A had a much stubbier nose because it used a radial engine, whereas the Mustang used a V12. So it's a very subtle difference, but it was great what you had to know for plane spotting. So I believe this is Blythe up ahead. Sorry I'm late. It has so much sand. It's definitely pretty from the sky, though. The camouflage doesn't quite match, though. Well, of course, the Mustang using the Packard built license. Packard had the license to build the Merlins for Rolls-Royce over here in the States, so the Mustang used a Packard Merlin as opposed to the British-built Rolls-Royces. Well, it needs more of a desert scheme to blend in. It's easier to change the plane than the terrain. The camouflage is great for Western Europe. Aha! There you go. The Lancaster in Hamilton, Ontario, was made with Packard Merlin. Well, that makes sense because they're, if it was built in Canada, it would have been easier to get engines from the Packard plants than it would be from the UK, especially with the Atlantic War being what it was, with the U-boats. That makes sense. Because I believe the Packard plant was in Detroit, which would make it easier to get to at least Ontario. So I believe I see the airfield over yonder. Still a fabrication plant in Rochester. So weather 20014, gusting to 21. So we want runway 17, so we'll end up doing a straight-in approach. We'll go ahead and toss that on for the traumatic effect. Gotcha. Troy, Alabama. I've been there. Nice. Whoa, there's the thunderflies. Oh dear. Yep. 17 is going to give us the least amount of crosswind. The winds are 200, and the options would be runway 26 or 17. Runway 17 gives a 3-degree crosswind, whereas runway 26 would give a 6-degree crosswind. So we're going to go ahead and start our descent. Calm that down a little bit. We're excited to land, but not that excited. I can only imagine you all are already down. Which is quite understandable. I'll do my best not to Winokur. I certainly definitely won't say this thing lands like this, or this lady lands like a dream, and proceed to lose a tire, bend the wing, and make an odd mess of it. We've got an escort into land. An RAF Spitfire bringing in a Focke-Wulf in German colors. So we need to maneuver ourselves back towards the runway center line. Trim up, lose some airspeed. So gear coming down. Match of flaps down. Also, it really is beautiful. So we're still high on the glide slope. About 90 knots or so. I want to be a little... Ooh, she is bumpy coming in. So we want to keep the nose down because we pitch to speed, we throttle to altitude. So if we want to lose a little altitude, we lower the throttle. Look at them go! So we're definitely not... Whoa, mother. It is a crosswind. We may not use full flaps. Okay, we're on the glide slope. Add a bit more power in. How flaps are out. We're above the glide slope again. Man, she's bumpy. There's back on glide slope. Getting that ground effect here soon. Over the rest of the flaps. Now that we're down here, throttle goes to idle. And we're down. Oh, Nelly, keep her down. Oh dear, looks like we had an oopsie up ahead. Wasn't too bad, all things considered. So flaps are coming up. Well, we're going to park it here for a moment. See if there are any fireflies still coming in for landing. And we do, in fact. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. So there's a spit in of Catbat, it looks like. Come on, do the thing. Hide me. And runway 17 is open. There's Viper striking a spit. Draco's in. There's Druid in the 140. Hey, it does work. Druid, or whoever was saying that the cloaking device is still active may not have updated. Huzzah! There's Murphy in the spit. Yeah, everybody judge Murph's landing. There's the Thunderflies. Look at them go. Now, for an added challenge, the streamers that will be doing the big flight on Saturday should be using live weather for the added bonus of skill. But that's just me, yeah. Huzzah! I see Arbuchetta, Causeway, Samson Video, Count Zepp, Catbat 9, Druid Zeus, Murphy, Kingsman, and Draco on the ground thus far. You can definitely hear so many more. There's Roger RC, there's the Thunderflies. $9.99. Down in front asks, hey guys, what's the group flight on Saturday? You take care, Shuffle Shoes. Glad to have you along, and we'll catch you next time. So down in front, they are, as the Thunderflies come in, there are 4 streamers getting together, including the Flying Fabio and Two-Tone Murphy, and a couple others whose name I can't remember. I think CDL might be one of them. Are getting together to bring their communities into one giant group flight over the UK. So it seems everyone's down. We're going to switch to this screen because I have to get to the menu and reload the last leg of the flight plan. Yeah, no, it's gonna be absolutely fantastic. So how are you supposed to check an update for the Spitfire? I don't see anything where I could bought the Spit. I have a V1 Spit. I don't remember there being a Spit being updated, and I would imagine that they would email you. Beyond that, I couldn't honestly say. Phoenix. That's good. Fill her up. And fly. Please, for the love of everything holy, let me shave that thing off your... how you do? You can't take my mustache away from me. That sounds great. I'm doing pretty good. Hope you're well, Stuart. I don't have the PA-28 from Just Flight yet. It might be some time, unless by some miracle someone provides it for me. But it does look it looks awesome. I didn't do the thing. Oh, I did the noob mistake. Hang on. Oh yeah, the Piaggio is real nice. Let's do this all again. No, that's the wrong folder. That's the right folder. Let's see, we need to go to there. We will take off on runway 17. Well, tonight we're breaking the P.149 Focke-Wulf from AT Simulations. Wearing my fancy dancy Two-Tone Murphy shirt with the phraseology on the back. Murphy lives to fly another day. So we can switch back to here. We'll turn that back on. We're going to do this because I forgot to do it before. Off, fly, back, zoom, ready to fly. Unlock. We want that open. There's live weather. So, get everything reset, ready to go. Fuel cutoff in. Fuel tank to both. Parking brake is set. Throttle is free and clear. Trim neutral. Mixture in. Prop forward. Okay, altimeter set and go. Master, beacon, mags, clear prop. And we got it going. So the beautiful, ooh, we got a goose here. And a spit behind us. But lovely plane, the Piaggio 149, also known as the Focke-Wulf P.149, in Luftwaffe colors. So we're going to release the parking brake, start rolling forward. Clean out the mixture a little bit while we're on the ground so we don't foul the plugs. Don't forget to hydrate. The idea is, if you feel thirsty, you're already getting dehydrated. Barely few wipes off sweaty palms. Look at that. Look at that goose. Isn't that pretty? And you got the Kenmore Air Bonanza. You got another 149. Look at that. With invasion stripes. Huzzah, huzzah. So nav lights coming on, strobe lights. We're just going to turn all the lights on. Avionics are turning on. We want to uncage that. We're going to turn the English labels on. Because while I did take German in high school, that was a long time ago, and I'm very, 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 very rusty. It's a good-looking scheme with the invasion stripes on. Of course, the purpose of the invasion stripes were to make sure that Allied aircraft were able to be recognized quickly and not mistaken for enemy aircraft. So we make sure the runway is clear, traffic. It is. So we're gonna keep off to the side just in case. You never know. A little incident during Sicilian campaign caused the invasion strikes. Makes sense. Nothing's done without a reason, and there's usually an accident or some sort of write-up involved. Ooh, look at that spit. Look at that Israeli spit. Isn't that beautiful? just meandering our way. We paid for the whole runway, so we're going to use the whole runway. Are all good. For a call, there were court martials and commanders leave. I would certainly hope so. It's not exactly a ignorable offense. Oh gosh, so we have the Thunderflies information. We're not going to roll through them. We're just going to kindly get off to the side and say, fellas, you have the right of way by all means. And they've got, it looks like they're escorting the Spitfire. That's awesome. Look at that. So before we get in line, we're going to go ahead and close and latch that. Pardon us, we'll just be getting into position. So whenever you're ready, Thunderflies. Oh dear, too far. One notch of flaps. Keeping around the center line as best as we can, which isn't that great right now. Start leaning back, pulling back on the stick. We got a positive rate going. We're going to tap the toe brakes, stop the wheels from spinning. Gear coming up. Flaps coming up. And we begin our nice casual left turn while we watch the Fireflies take off. As Wombat49 is now following over on Twitch. Many thanks, Wombat. Hope you enjoy the content. Hope you're well. Happy Thursday. Ooh, that was a dip. Man, I love this airplane. You have a good night, Kingsman. Glad to have you along. Remember, the Discord's always there if you need someone to chat to. But you take care of yourself, you rest well, and we'll catch you next time. I believe so. It was usually the flight commander. We're getting bounced around quite a bit by the old wind. We're going to go ahead and hide me. You can see the Thunderflies coming in. Look at the weather. See, the lighting gets me it gets me every time because it's so dynamic. We are on the East USA server at Wombat. Look at them go. I need to set that up as a command. Oh dear. He just got zoomed. I can't find. There he is. So we're going to lean off the prop just a little bit. This ain't lean off. That's pull back on the prop a little bit. So now we'll turn on the our nav course. We'll go ahead and bring in the cowl flaps. It's absolutely beautiful stuff. Here come the Thunderflies for another pass. Some spits, nice. There's the Thunderflies. Look at them go. Oh, pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Oh, that's the ground. Oh, look at that thing. That was close. Woohoo. That was... Yeah, it does. And I think that's one of the things. A lot of things about IL-2 look great, but their lighting just is off, in a way. It doesn't cast shadows like this does. Where's the Murph? If IL-2's engine could render shadows like this does, it would look like a modern title. Terrain, terrain. Whoop, whoop. Just look. It's just stellar. Apparently, roger that, Winokur. I haven't really looked at it enough to call it cartoonish, but it looks good, but just like off a little bit. It's like 10 degrees off of looking amazing. Set that up to like 22. And we've made it back into the AZ. That might be the Colorado River. Might not be. We're trailing off the course a little bit. In some bit of fairness to IL2, the fact that it looks the way it does, even as old as it is fairly impressive. I wouldn't necessarily put it, super modern looking, but it doesn't look that, it doesn't look as old as it is. So they've definitely kept up with it to some degree. It still has a very active community, too. Yeah. Yeah. It is Colorado River. Aha, nice. Can I ask what the name tag mod you have? It's the CPPR nameplates. And specifically out of that pack, I use the green version 2. But it is from CPPR. Yeah, the War in the West mod that Mr. Winokur has been flying looks phenomenal. Between his Spitfire missions and some P-51 missions. We're going to look ahead, make sure we're not going to hit any mountains. We seem clear. So we'll turn back around. That's a weird noise. What in the world was that noise? Mods add so much, it's really incredible, and the 4K textures are great. Nice. Yeah, it's amazing what a little texture resolution can do, because even on like the wasn't that, was it? Was it? No, not that. The Goose, the Grumman Goose that is in Flight Sim, it's from FSX. So the model itself is much lower in poly count than a modern aircraft model would be. As I'm getting a lot of stutters for some reason. Oh man. There we go. A little better. Maybe. But you put a mod. ETA looks like about 44 minutes. Got a King Air with us, but a good texture on an older model can make an older model look, it can hide a lot of the crimes in geometry, of model geometry. Draco in the Seminole that just went past. Maybe it was a Seminole. Maybe it was a Seminole. It looked like a King Air from an angle. Yeah, I'll listen to that. That's definitely a Seminole. Man, oh man, is it windy. You take care, Draco. Enjoy your date night. We'll catch you on the Discord and in the next flight. You take care. Whoa, we're getting flustered. Let's see, winds are 200, gusting to 21. Woof. 200 at 14, gusting to 21. Getting a little bit of a tailwind, a little bit of a tail quarter crosswind. The Pearl Harbor Memorial Highway, nice. So there's the Thunderflies. Yeah. Yeah. That was a weird error. I didn't even turn on VR. All these spits around, I feel like an SBD. Slow but deadly. The Dauntless was. Zoom. I feel like they named it that because of the USS Arizona. It would make the most sense to me. Just the terrain here is just absolutely nuts. As you can see, the Thunderfly is coming around for another pass. Up there. I fly to Prescott sometime. I went to really nice. My dad was in Prescott while he was training with as a weather briefer for Lockheed Martin a number of years back. My dad actually has a double master's out of Embry-Riddle. Although he did his courses remotely. Lots of VHS tapes. And whoosh. Nicely done. I've flown over Arizona once at like 40,000 feet. Look at him go. For as barren as this area of the world is, it's still flying around. It's just stunningly beautiful. Because once you get, 3,500 feet, and then you can see the mountains. It's amazing. I did a semester of engineering there back in '84. Right on. Nice. Look at those mountains. This is a very straight highway. Come to think of it, I don't think I switched to... No, I am on both tanks. Oh, that's good. Beautiful part of the world. Oh, here they come. Love it, guys. Love it. Hey, we got a Spitfire Escort. Just look at the mountains. So, if the Thunder Flies are listening, I do hope you'll perform a wonderful flyover for the racetrack once we arrive. We'll fly over the track right about as we turn on the final for the airport. Night Owl says, with roads like these, I'm not surprised that Americans develop self-driving cars. Well, you know, for these roads, it's definitely, I mean, not many roads are this straight for that long. In this part of the world it is, or they're more common, but once you get into the eastern half of the U.S., they're not often that straight for long periods. As they become all about the warbirds. Not a complaint. Oh, I'm certainly not complaining either. I think that there's a lot of good reason. The Spitfire, it's really iconic and, you know, speaks for itself. Has anybody done seen her for Reno air racing yet? Not that I've seen. And that kind of surprises me. I know everybody's about the Red Bull air races and this and that, but everybody forgets about the Reno air races. The Reno air races are really spectacular. I know at Oshkosh they have a tendency to do a mock version of the Reno air races. That's just nice. We've lost all clouds. Not a complaint. There's that spit. There's our escort. Yeah, I'm genuinely surprised that nobody's taken that into consideration yet. My throat's kind of dry. It's Thursday, folks. Means I get the next 2 days off the streaming. So I believe next week we're back on the east half of the U.S. I believe we're going to Atlanta, Georgia. Let's see, next race. That's Phoenix. So Phoenix Raceway, and then we're off to Atlanta Motor Speedway, and then Bristol, Tennessee. So we'll get to do some, we might be able to string these flights together, which would be amazing. Because we're in Hampton, Georgia, then Bristol, Tennessee, Martinsville, Virginia, Richmond, Virginia. That's going to be epic. That's not going to take much to get to there. Then it's all the way to Alabama. Kansas City, South Carolina, Dover, Delaware, Austin, Texas, Concord, North Carolina. So yeah, we'll be back in California in June. of in the around just north of San Francisco. Then it's back to Texas. It's back to Tennessee. Then we'll hit Pennsylvania. It's up to Wisconsin, back to Georgia, up to New Hampshire, to New York, Indianapolis, Michigan, back to Florida. So yeah, we'll be in Georgia, the state, not the country. Next Thursday. Do you know there is a huge air show in France about warbirds and airplane comparisons? It's June. It's called the Fair d'Air. Very nice. Sucks that Kentucky is not on the 21 NASCAR 2021 NASCAR schedule. I would have loved to see you guys follow the video. Well, you know what they say. It might not happen on the Chase the Cup Series stream, but there's no reason it can't happen in general. Boy, this is a long road. That's absolutely correct, Kazaki. Very nice job. %. Never fear, I've got a lot of plans, and I can always work certain things into other things. I can make it happen. Good thing we've got the speed that we do. Yeah, she's a little bumpy. Let's see, what's the wind say? Let's see, at Buckeye Municipal Airport, the winds are 350 at 9, gusting to 15. So they're pretty well straight out of the north. Visibility 10 statute miles, clear skies, temperature is 1.8. Dew point is minus 22. Altimeter is 3014 or 3014. Yeah. Bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. So it's a definite crosswind that we're getting. Perhaps a slight bit of tailwind to it. That's why we're getting bumped around so much. We're about 20 minutes out. This is just beautiful. Of course, the closer we get to Arizona, we'll get a few more mountains. The closer we get to Arizona, the closer we get to... Oh. Well, how do you like them apples? That's twice tonight. Interesting. Yeah, it's just curious, that's all. You know, I'm putting a lot of money down that it's an OBS problem, which could also be caused just by my lower end CPU. Which, my CPU, it gets by, and it can run things reasonably well, but it's definitely not on the higher end. And that could also, if everybody was stuttering, then it could just be server problems. I know that I saw one of the Spitfires kind of doing the which is abnormal. So I feel like there's some server-based stuff going on. Can't hurt to check if there's any security updates. Yep, there's an update. I still don't understand how how Flight Sim can be that sensitive to something as little as a Windows update. I was studying something bad when you crash. Yeah, so that all happening at the same time definitely sounds like there's some server shenanigans going on. It's not my fault! Doing everything I'm supposed to. Yeah, so darn you servers. I mean, and I've even toned down settings to try to clear it out, and it doesn't do anything. So I just go back to the settings the nice settings. Unless, I wonder if they turned the Zur back on, because that would be sneaky and frustrating. How dare they? That's me on the ground. War Entry part tonight. I'm off ski. Glad you came along there, Causeway. You take care. We'll catch you on the Discord and in the next stream. So you take care. We are on the American server. What time is it there? The East US, it is 6:15 in the evening. It's all good, Wombat. I'm sorry that I disappeared on you, but it wasn't my fault. That's possible, which is unfortunate that the sim's that sensitive to many people logging on. It doesn't seem right to me. Let's turn that, because who knows. Back. Let's see, we want to set Goodyear arrival. Dear Flight Sim, please don't automatically change my so we weren't that far out. Ailerons, it's technical issues. I had a CTD. Out here in California, where it is mid-afternoon, the servers are very fast, 9 to 11 milliseconds. Once the evening comes, it slows down to 1725. It's, I don't know. I have days where it's butter smooth and no issues at all, and there are days like today where it's just like super sensitive. It's just weird. What can you do? I blame server shenanigans. I call shenanigans. Okay. So we're back in. There we are. Try everything is set where they were. And bam. Gotcha. Steering it, huh? Very, very windy. So we're going to fly just south of the airfield in order to catch a look at the Phoenix International Raceway. Destination winds 250 at 14. Scattered clouds at 800 feet. There's only two options for landing, so we'll take runway 21. Light weather is nice, just nice. Sounds like Blade Runner. It's still sci-fi. 03, yeah. Well, see, I'm running off METAR weather. Aileron Sturt. So I'm using the Unreal Weather Live METAR plugin So I'm getting a meet chart from them that's, let's see, on the 11th from 2247 Zulu, winds 250 at 14, 10 statute miles, scattered clouds at 8,000, broken at 15,000, temperature is 19, minus dew points -4, altimeter is 2,996. So a little difference between the default live weather and the default Microsoft live weather. Now the question is, can we manually find the Phoenix International Raceway without the help of my very nicely planned out flight plans? I did a good job with those flight plans, and Microsoft, the flight sim said no. I know that the racetrack is southwest or southeast of the field, which is right there. See the clouds now coming in. Got some lights up ahead. That might be the racetrack right there. It's got to be the racetrack. Yep, that's it. Nice. It's even. It looks to be in the range of photogrammetry. So this track used to be a nice track, and then they ruined it. It was fairly flat, with a weird dog leg. The start-finish line was on the straightaway, and then they took all the grass away and ruined the track. And then they moved the start-finish line to a stupid location, and it's just not great to watch anymore. Ooh, they caught it during not during construction. Oh, they got it in its modern setting. So didn't get it in a modern setting. Sort of. This track used to be great. Free-floating bushes? Sign me up. So there's Phoenix International Raceway. A track that used to be great and in modern day is not. Oh yeah, there's absolutely loads of parking. Parking for absolute days. Awesome. So we're going to fly back to the airfield. We're going to land on 2-1, was it? 2-1. I remembered. So into the cockpit. You have a great night, nighty-night. So nighty-night to nighty-night. You have a great one. We'll catch you on the Discord and in the Murph stream on MSFS Official tomorrow. You take care. There's a nuke plant just to the west. Ooh, nice. Yep, 2-1. I remember downwind for left base. That was PRR, yes. So we see the blinkers. So we're keeping an eye on our speed. I think gear can come down now. Drop a notch of flaps. Turn the music down a little bit. Oh dear. Oh dear. I had to take my hand off the stick to take control of the mouse. So drop another notch of flaps. Phoenix is also home to the Diamondbacks baseball team and Suns NBA team. Glendale, which is next to Phoenix, is home to the Arizona Cardinals NFL team and the NHL Arizona Coyotes. Nice. So we're going to add a little bit more power in. We're going to use some up trim. By up trim, I mean a lot. We're going to add more power in because we're below the glide slope now. Notch of flaps in, that should be all of the flaps. Confirm that. Nope, we got one more. 2 more. So we're at full flaps, we're on final, we're on the glide slope. Now we want to aim for the center line, so we're using the rudder a little bit to kind of crab in a little bit of a slip. We're going over the displaced threshold, so those arrows are meant to say don't land here. So we have our landing point. We're almost over the threshold. Reducing throttle. There's our rollout. Throttle comes down to idle. Flare. 28 foot per minute. And we slow enough to take the first exit. So flaps are going up. Woo! Look at them go. Thanks, like to program. So we're going to park it there. We're going to hop into the drone cam. Do that. Do that. Do the thing. Close it. Turn me off. We're going to turn the named plates back on. Grab our controller. There's our bruschetta. And it seems most everyone is gone, which I don't blame them. Ailerons is still inbound. There's USA PR1. I'm gonna do something real fast. Sort stuff up, go back to East USA. Overhead midfield 2-1. Hey, now I see people. I don't see you, ailerons. I don't know if you're on the East US or North Europe server. So, if you're on the glide slope, this should roughly be what the runway looks like from the piloting position. For everyone, aha! So, it's not just me. Which makes me feel better. I landed is the good airport. That's the good airport. Goodyear, yes. Goodyear Phoenix Airport. Ailerons is on the East US. What in the world? Well, we'll stick with it for a minute. Luke Air Force Base is also in Glendale. Today I'm entering final, just entering right down on Roger. It's like Wombat. It looks like everybody's at the wrong airport. Because that's the Phoenix Goodyear Airport. Wombat KGEU. Whoops. Turning short final is ailerons. Yeah, buddy, I can't see you. It's not letting me see you. It's not my fault this time. I've been foiled by servers. Getting off course flight. Thanks for the flight, and hopefully things get better with the servers. Yeah, well, glad to have you along. Sorry for some of the technical issues. It's what it is. Not a whole lot we can do to resolve that. Done the best that we could. Kept that followed one, man. Goblins at... Yeah, I think the servers are just being super goofy right now, so that makes me sad. But it is what it is. The fact of the matter is, you all are fantastic, and I'm very grateful for all of you coming along. And Ailerons is down, and I still don't see it. Well, Grundles. That being said, let's see, we're gonna do a thing. So if you're on Twitch, we're gonna do a raid. So that being said, yeah, it's all weird, but what can we do? But I want to thank all the new follows, to everyone that lurked during the stream, to those that were in the chat, to those that were flying along. Many thanks. I appreciate each and every one of you. Your generosity, the new subs. I almost missed that, but all your generosity is greatly appreciated, and I'm very humbled, and I'm very grateful. But until next time, be good to each other. Stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Stay tuned for a raid.